And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is perfect timing. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on all of our social medias. The links are at the top of the website. Also, be sure to join our Discord server. The link is in the top of the description, as well as the top of our website. We'd love to talk with you there. It's a great place to learn about new things before everyone else does, and we'd love to get your feedback there, so check that out. So, running a small business is always a very challenging thing. There's no two ways about that. You've got a lot of moving pieces that are often moving in somewhat different directions, or opposing directions at least. And it's allocating resources, it's figuring out what needs to happen next. And it's really stressful. It can be very challenging, and it's something that I have often had to sit and meditate on a little bit. But one thing that it has been good for is my faith. You have heard over the last couple of episodes how we've been dealing with financial troubles. And don't get me wrong, we still are. But there are moments when God's timing is all but comedic, theatrical almost. And the last week was one in particular that was a little bit of a doozy. End of month is always tricky for us. It's always tricky, I think, for every company. But for us, it's tricky because we have a lot of bills that come due all at the same time. Now, cash flow is always a challenge. And for those of you who may not have a lot of experience in this world, cash flow is just the relationship between money in and money out. So during a normal month, we'll have money come in every day from the sales that we generate, and money will go out every day for the expenses that we have to pay of some kind or another. And a lot of times, days are cash positive, right? There'll be a little bit of extra money coming in from this day that we didn't send out. And then every so often, there'll be an enormous bill that will take all of the cash that we've accrued over the month and just be needed to pay for a big bill. For example, our leather. We buy that in large quantities because that's how you buy leather when you buy it in mills and when you get it custom made for yourself. So we have enormous bills come due occasionally for when the mills are due. And it's something like once a month. It's about how often we have one of these big bills come due. Well, that can be challenging, especially when that falls right on top of the end of a month when you have rent and other things that come due all at the same time. So last week was the end of the month. And we did not have a good way to get all the bills paid, at least not on time. And that's another aspect of it, because if you have a lot of bills all at once, it's not necessarily that you can't pay the bills. It's just that you couldn't necessarily pay them on the day that they're due because the cash to pay the bill will be coming in the next day or the day after. And we've had a really good February. That February, when we launched the folders, was building up a big nest egg. It allowed us to have a decent amount of money. And over the last couple of months, we've had poor months back to back to back that have drained down our cash reserves pretty significantly. And that all kind of came to head all at once last week. And I have often felt that it is difficult to know what's coming next. But it's much worse in the world I live in. And I was sitting down with one of my friends and coworkers, and we were talking about what needed to happen. And I had said, well, if we have a big $17,000 order come in, that'll really get us to where we need to be all of a sudden, right? But I can't count on that. And she said, well, pray on it. And it's funny because I already was praying on it, and I did pray on it. And out of the blue, the next day, we had an order for almost $10,000 come in. Now, why this order was unusual, beyond the fact that it was an enormous order, was the fact that orders like that usually take a much longer time to come in. There'll be a period of time where someone will ask us and we'll talk with them about it, and then they'll need to go talk with their superiors or somebody else, and then they'll think about it, and then they might come back to us later, and it usually takes sometimes days or weeks. And sometimes it doesn't come in at all. In fact, an order like that it often does not. I would say it's maybe a 30-70 chance that it happens when an order is over $7,000. So a $10,000 order almost came in out of the blue. They asked about it, the question about it that morning, and they purchased it by the end of that day. That was a pretty surprising day. Very pleasantly surprising, but surprising nevertheless. The next day, another order, which had asked that same day, the prior day, I should say, was a $5,000 order, $4,000 order. And it came in the next day. So the day after we had that discussion, and the day I pray pretty regularly, I pray virtually every day, but I specifically talked about God that night. And we said, after that day where we said, well, we need to come up with $17,000. It'd be great if we had one fall from the sky. The next day, we had 2 bulk orders, inquiries, that added up to be about $15,000. And both of those orders came in within a 24-hour period of each other. And that saved our bacon. Got us to pay the bills on time. We would have paid them anyway, but it allowed us to actually pay them on time, which everyone appreciates. And it even allowed us to put a little bit of money in the rainy day fund. Ever since then, we've had back-to-back days that have been modestly good, right? We've been over our break-even point, which is something that has not been true a lot of the days of the previous months. And so we've been in good shape then. And it's possible that the bump that we're experiencing is because of Father's Day coming up, right? It's possible that people are realizing that Father's Day is coming up really quickly. For those of you who don't know, it's on the 18th, and the last day to order to get your product for Father's Day from the Murdy Creative Company is the 12th. That's next Monday. If you're listening to this on Thursday, that'll be next Monday. So it'll be June 12th, and the cutoff will be 4 p.m. Central Time. So be sure to get your order in by June 12th at 4 p.m. for Father's Day delivery. That being said, it's possible that holiday coming up, we have great gifts for fathers. We've got everything from a $15 custom bag tag all the way up to a $250, $260 executive cut folio. So we've got great options. It is possible that people are realizing that and thinking, I should get Dad something nice this year. He's worked really hard. He deserves it. And so they're looking to get something like that. And we're seeing that bump now. However, it's also possible that the advertisements, after all this time, are starting to optimize and finally getting their feet under them. That's what it also appears from the metrics to be. But then again, that can be misleading. And it goes back to the realization that even if it is the advertisements, how an ad gets placed in front of a person at the right time, with the right disposable income, I honestly think that is God's hand. Yes, there's an algorithm involved. Yes, Facebook spends a lot of time working on trying to perfect that algorithm, right? But the sheer number of things that have to come together to make that happen, the sheer perfect storm that has to happen to get something in front of the right person at the right time with the right disposable amount of income and the right inclination to buy, that's a lot of things that have to come together correctly to have that happen. And so I truly do believe that when I say in my prayers, give us this day our daily bread, it is going to be like that. That his hand is involved. And that is a very interesting position to be in. I've often felt that one of the best things that you can do to prepare yourself for the fact that the world is a struggle, and there is a lot of struggle in this world, is to realize that the struggle itself, the challenge of itself, can be a good thing. That going through difficult times can make you a stronger person and can prepare you in ways that you hadn't prepared for before. And more importantly, it can make you rely on God. It can make you trust in something beyond yourself. And that is a really critical thing to come to. Because if it's only up to you, if it's all on you, if there's nothing that you can do, then you will fail. And that will be very difficult. But for me, I truly do believe that I'm in the right place at the right time, that God has put me here in this vocation. And there's a lot of different things I could have done with my skills. There's a lot of different things that I would like to have done with my skills. But here, I think, is the right spot to be. And I trust that because I'm in the right role, I need to do my best. I need to perform to the best of my abilities. And the rest is up to God. And it's exciting. It's exciting to be able to let that go to some extent, right? In the Bible, it says, cast your anxieties on him. Well, that's a very active verb, cast. And I'm trying to very, very active in my dedication to saying, I'm going to let go of this. I'm going to trust. And I'm also going to do my very best to bring about the hope that I have. And in that regard, it goes back to the old parable about the two farmers. Both of them prayed for rain, but one of them went out and sowed his field. The one that sowed his field, obviously, is the one that really believed. And so for me, I'm praying, and I'm also going out and sowing the field to the best of my ability. But man, he does have comedic timing from real, and it's something I always really appreciate. And this is not the only time. I mean, I've mentioned this in previous podcasts. There's been other times where we've needed the money. Something's had to have happened. We just didn't have what we needed, and then suddenly it came. And some people would like to say that it's fate or coincidence, and fine. You want to believe that, but there's a reason why historically fate has been personified. There's a reason why in virtually every culture that has the concept of fate, and virtually all of them do, there's the concept of it being, having an element of humanity to it, an element of personification. And some might say that it's just purely humans projecting our own humanity onto coincidence. But I think a more apt understanding of the transcendent, of the thing that creates, is that what some people call fate is God's hand in action, an active mover, an active creator, an active person, an active thing, not person, but an active entity with will. And that it is his will that is happening. And so here I am doing my very best and really appreciating the gifts he's given, the blessings he's given me. And I would recommend to you that if you're struggling with something and you're really feeling like you don't have a lot of options, ask for guidance, ask for help, and more importantly, ask for patience and peace. Because those are two things that when you have them, a lot of other things fall away. When you have patience and peace, you can handle a lot of other problems. And I'm just glad that we're here. I'm glad that we're here every day. And that gratitude, I think, is also an important element of being able to deal with this. Knowing that everything that we have, everything that I've been able to enjoy is merely passing. And it's important to be thankful for it when it happens. And it's important to be thankful for this. So I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for all of you who've listened to the podcast, for everyone who's purchased from the company, from everyone who's supported us all along the way, who've said that this is a good thing, who like the designs and who appreciate them. And I appreciate all of you who have shared this with your friends and family, or who've even thought to themselves, this is a good thing. Because you didn't have to. And it does mean something. It's not just meaningless. So I hope all of you have a good day. I hope all of you can find that peace and that patience. And I hope all of you can learn to let go and to pray and to have that moment of peace and enjoy knowing that not everything is in your hands. And that's an important thing to know. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in Thursday for that next topic. Don't forget to check that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get notified of new episodes when they go live. Be sure to reach out to us if you have any questions, concerns, or issues with your product in any way. We are happy to help. We are here to help. You can send us an email on the main page of our website. There's a contact form there. Otherwise, you can send us an email directly at sales@murdycreative.co, sales@murdycreative.co. You can also give us a phone call, 414-434-9001. We'd love to talk with you. We're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. You can also text us at that number as well, 414-434-9001, and we're happy to help. If for whatever reason you don't get a hold of us either during hours or after hours, please do leave us a voicemail. We call people back. We really do want to help make things go well for you. So if you think we deserve it, a good review will go a long way to help us grow our community. You can leave us a review on murdycreative.co/review. That'll take you to, right now, Google, but it also sometimes goes to Facebook or other places. Wherever it sends you, that is the best place to leave a review. We like to use these different locations to improve our SEO, improve our Facebook advertising, other things along those lines. So wherever that directs you, that's the best place. If you'd like to read our reviews, you can go to murdycreative.co/reviews, and that'll take you to all the great places where all the reviews are. You can read about us on Facebook and Google. And we're always looking to expand that as well. Those reviews are read aloud to our team often. They are very encouraging. They are wonderful things to hear. And we love them because oftentimes in this beautiful building all by ourselves that's not a retail space, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to hear what people love about the products. And so when you guys say nice things in reviews, it's uplifting to say the least. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So tell your friends, tell your families, tell your enemies. You can go check that out and get a little something for doing so at the bottom left-hand corner on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. On that bottom left-hand corner, there's a little rewards tab. You click on that, it'll open up a panel, and there's all sorts of details in there about how you can earn rewards for yourself. And also that shareable link in there will get you a little something for sharing it with the friends and family, and it gives them a little something too. So go check that out if you're interested. If you have more podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to talk about what you guys want to hear about. So please leave a comment below in YouTube. Send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co, sales@murdycreative.co, or you can leave us a message on Discord. We do read those, and I'm often in Discord looking at things like that. So if you want to hear more about something, ask about it. I'd love to tell you. If you'd like multiple binders, journals, folios, accessories, anything else we sell for gifts, giveaways, menu, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts. We have them built directly into our cart. So all you need to do is add everything to your cart. You can mix and match to your heart's desire. It does not matter. There are no individual minimum item quantities. It's just based off the total cart quantity. You hit checkout, it'll auto detect and apply the appropriate discount for that. The bulk discounts begin at 5 items or more, and it can go up quite a bit from there. So check out that bulk discount. You can go add all the things to your cart, hit checkout, it'll add the discount. If you do not see the bulk discount applied when you've ordered 5 things that are eligible, please send us an email. We are happy to discuss it with you. We're happy to help you. If you'd like to have questions about the bulk discount program, you don't know exactly the quantity you need, but you're targeting a specific discount percentage, reach out to us. We'd love to talk through it with you. We have no minimum order quantities and no setup fees for our custom engraved items. So if you want to get just one thing custom engraved for your Father's Day gift, something with your little daughter's "I love you, Daddy," or your son's "love you, Daddy," you can get all of those things added with the custom engraver built into our website. All you need to do is take a photo of a black and white drawing of some kind. You can go to any of the product pages where there's a blue logo that says, or a blue button that says Add Custom Logo. You click on that, it'll go to the custom version of that product. From there, you can select the variants you'd like, and then you can launch the customizer with that next blue button. Once you've launched that customizer, you can upload images, logos, things like that. You can add them however you'd like. You can resize them, rotate. You can add text in addition to that, and then you can hit Add to Cart. From there, you can check out. You can get just one. There are no minimum order quantities, no setup fees. It's a simple flat fee, normally about $15. However, if you are going to get a whole bunch of something like that, the bulk discount also applies to not only custom engraved items, but it also applies to the engraving cost itself. So if you're going to get a whole bunch of something for your company or your friends or your enemies, you can get a bulk discount on that as well. So go check that out for the custom engraved items. If for whatever reason you don't see that blue button that says Add Custom Logo, you can feel free to send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co, sales@murdycreative.co. We'd be happy to create a custom mock-up for you, as well as a custom order link that you can order from. So send us that email if you'd like. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.